So dirty.
Yeah. He's such an interesting color.
Oh, we're live right now.
Oh, sorry.
Hey guys.
Hi guys. Welcome to episode 5.
5? Yeah,
Oh,
dang.
Look at us. Oh my gosh.
Are we gonna do an episode next week? Yeah, the last one, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Before the
Before
break. Yeah.
will you be here?
Yeah, Wednesday you're still here, right?
No,
What
it's
day
the
is that?
16th.
That's the 16th? No, I won't be here.
No, the 16th is Thursday.
Oh.
The
Yeah, then I should
15th
be
is
here.
Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Then we do one more and then we're taking a little
Hiatus.
vacation
Yeah.
so we can spend time with family for the holidays. So we'll skip the next 2 after that.
The
The next-
2 weeks we're gonna be back on that Wednesday, so I think that is a good day to do a new
Yeah,
one.
so we'll
Yeah,
probably be
one
back
more.
Wednesday the 5th.
Well, we're gonna have one more.
One more
on the
next week.
15th.
Yeah.
And then 2-week break. Yeah, we're going on break. We all need one. We don't get a lot of breaks since dogs need us
Care around the clock.
24/7.
Yeah.
So we're always working.
And when we're not working here, we're working at home or with our dogs. Or
Right. We're cleaning and I have
Yeah.
kids. So
Speaking of our dogs, this is Jolene. This is one of my personal dogs. She's joining us today.
And Bullet's
Jolene.
over here
She's
by
a professional lap sitter.
me. Yeah.
yeah.
Bullet loves Auntie Audrey. Auntie's the best.
Jolene is very sensitive.
Very.
Very. Why are you so dirty looking today, Jolene?
She called you dirty,
Oh.
Tootie.
She's like, what?
She called you dirty.
She's like, for real, Mom?
Jolene has the most judgmental face on this planet.
I
I'm
think
pretty
all
sure.
Cavaliers, though.
I feel like her especially. Like
Yeah.
we get.
But
yeah.
Toby, when he came in, pretty judgmental.
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
He has a
He
little
has that
wandering eye
cavalier
a little bit.
A
look.
little bit.
Yeah, I mean, so Bella was the
Cocker.
Cocker Spaniel mix, and they have that too, right?
Mm.
Total. Always that
Spaniels in
bad
general, I don't know, something about their faces. Like, they're super pretty, but then you look at them and you're like, why are you so mad at me? Like,
Why do you look like that?
Like, all the time.
look. I think Jolene looks mad even when she's happily
Yes.
playing. Really?
I feel
Honestly-
like both of my dogs kind of look like that.
Yeah. Well,
Did you see
I think
that
they get
one?
it from me, that resting.
RBF.
Yeah.
The good RBF.
Did you see how Lila greeted Bullet though?
No.
Licking him in the face and stuff.
Oh, boy.
Bullet.
Bullet's her other dog. He's underneath the table.
He's
right
everyone's favorite.
We actually have
Yeah.
3
He
dogs
doesn't
under
like
the table.
He doesn't like being everyone's favorite, but
now.
he
Technically 4. Joe's a dog, so.
Yeah.
Joe, see, he doesn't spend any time with
I
me
know.
during the day, and then there's something going on, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm
Hey,
here
pay
too."
attention to me. I'm
Joe,
waiting for him to claw at my
Look, I
leg.
bought them this little window seat. They're never gonna
Aw.
use it. It's
Probably
so
not.
small.
Yeah, they're probably not even.
I don't even know why I always buy you guys things, and then you're out there in the field and in the
They're
woods.
out there in the
Yes.
woods and they're like, woohoo, life is great.
I think your coffee table is my favorite though. So your coffee table has like the wire bottom, and
Yeah,
they
but
climb
put
up
blankets
in
in
there.
it.
But
and
I
they're just
put
cuddled.
more blankets in it so they won't go in there because all the blankets cause they have hair on them, and you know my black couch it doesn't really
Mhm.
go so well.
I mean, it works out nicely. Maybe I'll get something like that because my apartment's so small
Yeah.
and make that Jolene's bed.
There you go.
Even though Jolene's just going to end up sitting on my lap anyway.
On the pillow, smushing your pillow down.
Jolene would appreciate it, right, Jolene?
Yeah, she would appreciate more pillows in your apartment. So
Yeah.
if you could get on that, that would be
There
great.
is that little meme where the cats, like you get them something and then the
They play with
cat's
the
like,
box.
Oh
Yeah.
great, you got me empty box.
Yeah, a bullet. I have hardwood floors, but I have one rug. And
Specifically for Bullet.
yeah, the other day though, I laid a blanket down because I was painting and I didn't want to spill on the rug. And he was like, "Oh my god, a blanket!" and laid on that like it was the best thing ever. And I was like, "Why do I?"
The first
Buy
time
you
was
beds.
over, I don't know if you were here already.
I think so. Yeah.
I had that pink plush rug, brand new, and Bullet was like, "Oh, thank God."
Love this thing.
He
The
laid
first-
on it the whole time. He
The
was
first
here.
time he came to my house, because I have
Oh.
hardwood everywhere. That's probably
Oh.
that one.
Oh.
Every episode, somebody farts. Everyone.
Yo,
People are gonna start thinking it's me.
yo, but you want to come on my lap? I forgot you were down there. You went so good today.
But the first time Bullet came into my house,
You
so I
were
have
so
hardwood
good
floors
today,
everywhere.
Yo.
He just picked a spot in my kitchen, was like, I'm gonna lay here and not move ever.
That's basically what he does. He has one spot.
I felt so bad that I went and got a carpet that I had rolled up in my closet and got that out for him. I texted her, I was like, should I go get him a yoga mat? What do I need to do?
She was about to go buy a rug for Bullet to lay on. Push over.
I felt so bad. Poor guy. But yeah, so
This is
today's...
the second episode where Yop is part of, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think he was here last time.
Put the middle.
He's like, what are you doing?
Put it in a bun.
Put it in a bun, yo. Yeah, we should, right?
No animals were harmed in the ponytailing of this video.
That looks really cute, Jolene.
Sometimes I do actually tie her ears up like this with like a
So she
elastic rubber band so that I can put her ears up when she's eating.
Oh,
Because,
so she doesn't get...
because her ears are so long, and that's actually something that like doodle owners could do too. Get like a scrunchie, tie their ears up whenever you're... I do it whenever I give her stuff like peanut butter or things
Don't
like that.
feed him
that-
yet. I gotta put my dog's ears.
I got.
Don't they make those head covers?
They
that
do.
the
They're called
groomers use?
snoods.
Yeah.
Or like happy hoodies. They
Yeah.
have a few different ones, but it's like basically like a thing where it just holds their ears back. But
Exactly.
I mean, a ponytail holder is
Same
how many
thing,
cents or whatever. So I just do that because I take it down right away. But
I'm sure you could cut like a tube sock.
Does
just
she not
put
shake her
holes in
head?
there.
Like, I don't like
no, because if food's in front of her, she is dead
Yeah,
focused
that's true.
on the food in front of her. She does not have any other cares in the world. If I let her, this dog would be
like
35 pounds if I would let her.
Oh, you want to be 35?
Are you
pounds?
starved?
Rosalie would
Judy?
help you. You could beat a fat
She's like,
girl.
Mom makes me only be 13 pounds.
Poor thing.
Have you heard? It was a long time ago where a lady, till she's able to take her dog on a flight, starved it down so much
That it was
like
skin and bones?
12 pounds instead of 30
Stop.
or something.
Stop.
Oh my gosh. That's
Okay,
so
don't do that to
selfish.
your dogs.
Yeah,
That's
don't do
really
that.
selfish. No,
Holy
Jolene's
crap.
13 pounds, but Jolene is a very healthy 13 pounds. She's actually should be more like
No.
12.
Well, extra love, right?
Yeah.
Gotta squeeze it in somehow.
But Cavaliers are notorious for eating their body weight, and they will never stop eating, and they will always look at you like they're starving, and they have such sweet eyes that you just... Shit, she did that to me the other day. I fed her, and she went and just sat by the bowl and looked at me, and I forgot that I had fed her. I fed her again, and I was like, wait a second!
Oh, when
Oh my gosh, she duped me!
When Eliana and Muppy that day, they were, when was it? 2 days ago? They were out there with
Oh god, they gave them
Rosie.
so many
They
treats.
probably gave them, luckily they used their food, but they probably gave them at least,
Oh,
Rosie
God.
probably had 3 cups.
Every time I
herself.
looked over, they were eating. Every time.
Yeah, she's not getting as much right now because she looks a little round.
That is actually, though, one of the topics we were going to talk about today was treats
Training, yeah.
and training with food.
Yeah.
You
So,
can. No more, okay? Mm-hmm.
A little chunky, huh?
I think we get
He's good right now. Just not more than that.
we get a
okay?
lot of questions on like what kind of treats we use and what's the best. And honestly, we're not super picky, but when you're
As
looking
you can
for
tell.
a training treat, there's a few things to keep in mind. You don't want it to be something that's too big or too crunchy that's going to take the dog a long time to chew on. So we usually like very small training treats that are about the size of a pea, because if they're much bigger than that, your dog's going to fill up faster, and then they're no longer working for you.
And for small dogs, or like
They're very small.
Very small, yeah.
I had a session with the 13-week-old puppy this week, and we don't really know how they're prone to have stomach issues when they eat a lot of treats. So I just,
Oh my gosh, everybody's
even
excited.
those small ones, put them in even smaller pieces than that. So.
So you want to look, though, for something that's going to be small and easy for them to chew. So Audrey just kind of laid out a few brands that we usually use
Those are the ones people usually
Yeah,
bring
they sell them
to,
at grocery stores or regular pet stores.
I feel like 90% of the dogs we get like those treats.
Yeah, and that's why I pulled those out and wanted to show them when people ask. But seriously, their food,
great training treat. You can't you can take it from their breakfast or their dinner. That way you're not overfeeding your dog.
You know they're not going to get an upset stomach, throw up, diarrhea.
Because treats are generally like extra calories. They're high fat, they're high protein, they're something that the dog doesn't necessarily need. Their food, their portion, oh my gosh.
Oh, Jolene's like, wait, hold on, there's a pillow?
She's like, what?
Excuse me. Here,
I'm chopped liver now, huh?
You want my jacket to the... You want the jacket?
Look at that
She's
judgmental
like,
face.
yes,
She's
please.
Like,
Mom, put this on your
where's
lap.
mine?
Oh my god, this is just like...
Extra.
Yep, said thanks.
But those treats are generally extra calories that they don't need. Their portion size for their food is all the calories they should need for that day. So adding in extra things like training treats or chews or anything like that, you should really be subtracting from their food.
I think, but I think what
given in moderation
what
too.
a lot of people, I mean, we get that a lot, where the dog gets a specific bigger treat in the
at
evenings
nighttime.
for nighttime or something like that, which is something that's not really necessary in an older dog, especially. I think, maybe I've never done it.
Like when they go in their kennel really nice, people give them a treat.
I'm going to totally
as
call
far as
out
kennel training.
my dad right now.
Oh gosh. Dad, if you're watching, close your ears.
Sorry, Dad, in advance. But a lot of things that people will do is they will give their dog a treat for absolutely no reason. And at that point, it really is added calories. If you're just going to walk into your home and hand your dog a treat, or you're going to give them a treat every single time they sit, it's just at that point excessive.
I don't know what that was.
She poked one of the ornaments and it moved.
Oh.
Yeah, so she got spooked. But you do want to make sure that you're not over treating your dog, especially when it comes to big treats like those milk bones and things like that. Some dogs I know get like 4 or 5 milk bones a day, and those things are sometimes really big.
I usually, I like feeding dogs as well.
Yeah,
and
same.
that's why I rescue starved dogs off the street. Because with her, I can be like, woo, here's one, and here's one for absolutely
But
nothing.
I mean,
You are
even
a little
her,
round,
when she first got here, and she
Yeah.
was so skinny, and we were feeding her so many treats and stuff,
Yeah.
she had such horrible diarrhea.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, well,
Is
I think
Steve
that,
dead?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm caught.
He said because of love is a good reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, and we as humans show love by giving gifts and things like that. But
especially me.
I mean, it's really easy to to give treats and do a few things with your dog. I mean, walk them up and down the driveway in a good, nice heel position, and then they get 5-6 small treats, and then
Done.
you got 2 things done. You
Yeah,
got
your
training
dog-
session done, because your dogs will always prefer doing something with you, like a walk or going for a car ride or doing whatever over.
They're gonna feel
A
loved
present.
if you're doing
Did you
things
notice
with
that?
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus just handing them food
That is so stinking
or
cute.
buying them
I
the
think,
fanciest of things, which we just talked about. Some dogs like
Yes.
Bullet prefer a yoga mat to a really expensive dog bed. Buying our dogs things, giving our dogs things, they don't receive love in the same way that
Right.
humans do. So it's just like she was saying, taking your dog out and doing things with them is when your dog's gonna feel the most loved.
We were just oogling and ogling over his.
He's got a yoke.
Tag.
Y'all are just now
I
seeing
just
that.
saw it.
No,
I
I've
never
seen
saw
Yoke
it.
has a
saw
yoke tag on his
I
collar.
love that.
He's had that for a while. I think they maybe got that
Bullet,
at
please
Pet
don't.
Sense.
That's
I think
so
they
stinking
sell
cute.
it there. I
Please
need
don't
one.
trip on that
We need one for the mutts,
Mm-hmm.
right? Bullet.
Leela.
Actually, my sister got me a mug, and
Mug?
she got me like a coffee mug, and it has a picture of like a person, which is supposed to be me, and it's got like dyed hair, and then the back end of Bullet and Jolene, and the cutouts of them look exactly like them.
Nice.
I don't know if maybe she chose German Shepherd for Bullet, but the back
Probably.
of it really does look like him.
Nice.
Also, you can't tell that he's missing a
I
leg.
haven't seen your hair yet.
Oh gosh, it's so bright.
Show it to me. on
Okay,
the
so
camera.
work has been a little stressful, and we all know we have our own things that we do to deal with stress. Mine was just that I was going to bleach and dye my undercut this week. It's bright red.
It is.
It's super bright. I love that there's a
I-
bar that she did.
What?
Yeah, you missed a few.
Yeah.
spots.
Okay,
Did you do
well,
it by yourself?
Maddie helped me, but I did the color because I didn't have gloves.
Fair.
Also, Maddie's colorblind.
Oh,
Makes
really?
a lot of sense.
Yeah. So she's like, honestly, I'm not sure how it looks.
But she can tell it's a different color than what it was before, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like light or dark or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it looks like exactly through her eyes.
I don't know who's farting, but it's really bad.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
I'm
it's
gonna guess
pumpkin.
it's
Probably. It's probably.
I swear, it's not
probably
me.
the treats I fed her this morning.
Yeah.
I think she also stole I gave the puppies little chew rings.
Oh no.
And
you
I
ate
think-
them all? Pumpkin.
I'm already so sad, so I have 3 more weeks with my puppies, and they're really annoying and stressful, but they're so cute, and I love them, and I'm so sad that
Yeah.
they're leaving soon.
Puppies are great in theory, right? When you can give them away to somebody, that's
They're
the best
really
part.
cute. Like
Yeah.
Sabrina, she will sit there and just look at me. It's like,
I
and
love
I'm like,
her little beauty mark.
I know.
So they're starting to really get their own personalities now,
They
and
do.
so it is fun. I feel like the fun aunt because I don't live in your home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
So you get to
anymore.
come in here and just hug puppies.
Yeah, and
Oh. Stop looking at her. She's like, what?
but I like to be able to come out and just play with them for a little bit, and then I'm like, okay, bye.
See you. Don't have to deal with any of it. When you said the mug thing, the first thing that popped into my head was the Demi Lovato interview where they're like, "What's your favorite dish?" And she goes,
A mug.
a mug."
Wait, to be fair
I seen
though.
that one not too long ago. It's
A mug.
I love that.
I mean, that's pretty
Such
literal.
a good answer. Oh, it's such a good answer.
I think she did that on purpose.
Yes,
though, right?
because people
I think
ask the dumbest interview questions, and she was complaining about that. I think somebody did an interview after that one and was like, "Why did you answer it that way?" And she explained that she always gets asked these weird questions when she does interviews, so she always finds the dumbest, most literal answers she can figure
Who's
out.
shedding like that?
Your dog. She was just
No.
sitting in her
She
lap.
was just on my lap.
You don't shed. Rosalie.
You just got vacuumed.
Yeah, I bought this fancy little vacuum. It's like a Furminator with a vacuum on it.
It's
That's
pretty
so
cool.
much fun.
I did. I bathed Bullet and brushed him with it the other day, and I mean, it picks up a lot of the hair.
I'm about to bring Darius into it because he's
I
shedding.
wanna watch.
Nothing gets
So
the hair
bad.
out of like an really
Double-coated,
shitty coat
yeah.
though, like a force dryer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that blow dryer we have.
I
love
mean,
that.
hair
Yes.
will just fly off of you. Are you doing settings? Why are we blue?
It's not like.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
we look
You
like
guys are
cartoons
lying.
now.
Yeah.
I'm-
I look extra white.
Audrey just.
Ooh, I'm a ghost. You're really cold. Holy cow.
Why are
She
you
just
so cold?
she just came in from
You
outside.
have your sweater on. Ivy?
She's
She
shaking.
is shaking. Well,
She
but
came in and put her
She
doesn't
kind of just
always-
does that, yeah.
yeah,
Shaking
that's
does not equivalate.
Ivy shakes when she's excited, when she sees a bird,
When you put your
sometimes
She's
she-
nervous.
I don't know.
When she's cold.
When I say, Ivy,
She started shaking harder.
Bullet.
I don't know. Gosh, Pumpkin, is
Oh,
that
yeah.
you?
You need to go outside.
Why don't we
Pumpkin.
send
Yeah.
her outside?
Maybe you go and take a good poop, huh, Pumpkin?
Sit.
No?
She's like, no thanks.
Don't snatch it.
Go outside.
Oh, that's a good thing to talk about. When treating your dog, don't let them snatch it out of your hand. Most of us, we get here, dogs get here for training, and they're snatching treats out of our hands and stuff, taking our fingers off. And I know that's not fun whenever you're giving your dog a treat.
Yeah, I mean, I have fingers too, and they have nerve endings in them.
Yeah,
and it
so,
hurts.
I mean, oh, God. So, simplest way to fix that,
teach them a gentle command.
yeah, teach them a gentle command, and
Or
if your
easy.
dog's
I
grabbing
know
it out
what
of your
she's saying. She's
hand,
way to
pull
walk
your
on.
hand back. Don't continue
That's why I said we need to put you-
forward with it.
Yeah.
That's something that I
Ivy.
work with
And
Bullet,
she's
my older
hungry.
dog, all the time.
Yes.
Are you hungry, Ivy? Dolly is
Are
hungry.
y'all starving?
Who's hungry?
They're like, yeah, you're talking about food and treats this episode. Like, we just hide it.
A lot of times we get asked, when is it appropriate to give your dog treats too? So, if you know your dog knows a command and you ask them one time and they do it on that first time, that's when you can give your dog a reward. Such
If
as
they
treats.
know what
Yes.
you're asking.
If, like I said,
If you
they
walk
know.
in the house and they're laying on their place and they're being really good
Right.
and not jumping
Good
all
behavior.
over you.
Yeah, you want to capture good things. So if your dog does place work on their own, your dog...
So I grew up with dog training, and we had rules at our house. Yes, as far as the dogs. But we had this nice lady that would come once a week to help my mom clean the bathrooms and stuff. And I think she spent all the money she made
Buying dog
buying
treats.
dog and cat treats.
Stop.
So they would know what time she would arrive, and she wouldn't even make it into our door because
no.
all the animals, the 5 cats, the dogs, everyone was already all over her, and she was just flinging those treats everywhere.
Feeding the birds.
And
yeah.
my mom, after a while, she just gave up. She was like, okay, if you like
Yeah.
being jumped on and
You do
knocked
it.
over, and and she would always like, stop it.
Quit it!
I remember even as a kid, I was always just watching it like,
Yikes.
yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, acknowledging those good behaviors and telling them, even if you just look at them and go, hey,
Yeah,
good boy, good
Let
girl.
your dog know when they're doing the good
Yeah.
stuff. That way you don't get so caught up in just correcting the
Hi,
bad stuff
Bullet.
all the time. Because then your dog really ends up living life by just avoiding
Bad
doing the
things,
wrong
yeah.
thing.
They're tiptoeing.
Yeah, and we don't want our animals to have to tiptoe around in their own home. We want them to choose to make the right decisions. So acknowledge when they do the good stuff so that when they do the bad things,
to avoid
they
the
have those
licks.
good behaviors to fall back on.
Bullet, are you hungry too?
He said, I'm starving.
You're starving.
Mom never feeds me. But another thing that we kind of wanted to touch on are markers. So, like, of course, there's tools you can use for marking behaviors. There's words you can use, like a yes or an okay or good. Those are all
Yeah,
marker
you'll see a lot of
words.
times, like online and stuff, clickers.
Yes, I use clickers for my dogs.
Which I think we did talk about some in the first or second episode a
I think
little
so.
bit.
I think clickers are great. It's
I think
just
they are
that
too.
it's just an extra
just
tool.
I've taught a lot of really cool tricks to
I
my
mean,
dogs using them.
It's
but
like, I had a neighbor that he got a new dog, and he was like, yeah, he was older, and he was like, I do it old school, so when she does something wrong, she gets a little tap with the rolled up newspaper.
Oh, gosh.
And I was like, well, I mean, it works, but are you always going to carry a newspaper with
around
you?
in your
Like,
back pocket, yeah.
It's like, and that's kind of how I feel about the clicker. Like, I like it when you do like tricks and
Yeah.
like specific,
It's very
and you want to mark
precise.
it very precise. But for regular everyday training, I
my
just
armpit?
rather use a marker.
like
I
a
mean, you
good,
can do instead of.
yes.
I mean, the dog will learn with the clicker that you click, and that means I like what you're doing in that moment where you click, and then you reward them with
It's the Pavlov
Something,
theory.
or
yeah.
and you can do the same thing. Your dog does something you like, and you say yes or good, and it will
Follow
basically
it with
do
the
the
treat.
same
Yeah,
thing.
it's the Pavlov theory of
So,
ringing a
Conditioning your
bell,
dog, yeah.
then
Right.
they get a treat, and then they understand that the bell means treats coming.
yeah.
But the importance of the marker word or clicker, whatever you're using to mark, is to mark the
That
exact
specific
moment
behavior.
that your dog does the right behavior.
Because this way you can, let's say your dog chose to go on their place and while you're cooking or while you're eating, you can, once you look over and you see they're going to their place, you can give them a yes, good. And you can
From
go
a
and
distance.
grab from a distance, and then if you want to, you can go over there and reward them by petting them. But this way they know that you liked what they were doing in that moment.
Yeah. My
And-
favorite way to use, my favorite time for marker words is during recall, because a lot of people wait to talk to their dog until their
they
dog's
get
all
to
the way
them. Yeah.
to them, and that's not encouraging your dog. But if you give that marker word when your dog's coming towards you, they're all of a sudden like, oh, and then they're so excited
Yeah,
to come
and I
to
mean,
you.
and
And
we
who
have-
doesn't want your
and-
dog to be happy to come when you call them,
Yeah,
right?
and that's-
They come to you with heart and soul.
Yeah.
And I love when we do start the off leash training, and
They
when
get
you
it.
see that Dolly, no, I have a dog on my lap, thank you though. When you see in your eyes like, I know what I'm supposed to do,
Yeah, that
because
aha
you give
moment.
them that marker,
Yeah.
and because before they
weren't sure if they're doing the right thing, but they know the
Right.
moment they're doing the right thing, and
Yeah.
then they're like, oh, yay! And then seeing a dog be proud of itself when they know they did something right is also one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
I love watching dogs learn and think and then figure it all out.
was so cute with that puppy. Where I had a
Session with.
Oh,
was it
yes.
yesterday?
Yeah.
I feel like it was like 2 days ago.
I know.
why.
These days are boring.
What day is it? It's
It's
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
But that puppy, I mean, that was a really cute puppy, and she was so excited to learn. That was so much fun, and I mean, just her face every time I said yes, and she was like, yes, I did the right thing.
But that's what
And then
makes
she would,
training
like,
enjoyable.
I was talking to the owner, and she felt ignored, so she goes to the place by herself and goes,
Hey,
Look what I
look what I
did!
do, and I'm like, yes, and she's like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun, though. When you engage with your dog and they're like, "Oh my gosh, yes, this is great. I love this. I'm doing so many
it
good
helps
things,
them
fun
understand
things."
exactly what you want out of them,
Mm-hmm.
and once they know what that you want, then your dog's not guessing to do the right thing. They're doing the right thing because they know you like it. So that really is the importance of using those marker words and those opportunities to mark certain behaviors.
Right.
Should we go back to treats for a second and talk about no treats, like things we don't give our dogs?
If you want, I mean,
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
I mean, there's of course.
I just know with the holidays coming up, a lot of the pet stores are going to start marketing rawhides that are like
oh yes,
green and red,
Red,
for the
yeah.
holidays, and those are really pretty unsafe for your dogs to be ingesting.
They can't digest them.
Yeah, they to not digest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, there's a lot of. I mean,
Yeah, there's so much. I mean, it's hard to just go into certain things.
right,
that they
but
can't
I mean,
have.
just a rule of thumb, especially with the holidays, is avoid those big fancy rawhide bones,
Yeah.
because they're not safe. They're choking hazards. Your dogs aren't digesting them properly. I know a lot of vets probably want people to hear this too, because after Christmas and big holidays like that, they end up usually getting lots of dogs coming in for surgery because they have
ham bones, all kinds
things
of
lodged.
Stuff.
Yeah.
yeah, cooked bones,
Yeah.
bones in general. Be careful with. I mean, just depends on the dog.
Yeah. I mean, just moderate anything your dog has. You need to moderate. That's plain and simple. I mean,
And
Yeah.
be there when
Yeah.
they eat things. I think we get that a lot. Like, can my dog have this in the crate while we're gone?
toys, chew
I-
bones.
Don't put anything in Rosalie's crate. And I never have. And I mean, she has a blanket in there. 'Cause
Yeah, I don't
she's
even
not
do
a
that.
chewer. She's never chewed on blankets. At least not in her crate. Around. She's more the pencil chewer.
Yeah, she'll find a
Pens.
random thing.
Pens.
She really
Um,
and maybe she's just telling us that she likes arts and crafts.
Maybe
Because
we
it's
need to
always
get her a pen
pens
set.
and pencils and crayons.
Her, Eliana's very crafty, so
Yeah.
she probably got it from her.
Yeah, maybe.
Lean the other way.
This
There you
one?
go.
Why?
So Grace doesn't feel so neglected.
Oh, Carla.
We noticed last week that Melissa
Was
tends
towards
to talk to me
Audrey
a
the
lot.
whole time, and I was
She
like,
likes me more, okay?
"Hey,
I'm
so
her
I was
favorite.
over here, just so you know."
That's because Grace is always the face with pickups, and everyone gets to know
Yeah,
her.
so
and
Melissa's
you're
busy
always
talking
the
to
one
me.
in the background.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to put some more attention on you, Audrey. Audrey puts a
I'm
lot
the
of work
favorite.
in our dogs.
Also, I'd like to point out that Audrey did not wear her husband's shirt on accident today,
Not
so
today.
she is not
Right.
Audrey's husband,
Yeah.
which does not make sense to anyone if they didn't watch the
No.
last week.
Does he still look for deer back there?
He's still got his blind out there and everything, yeah.
So I look on the camera sometimes, but I don't think it reaches all the way down there.
His blind is, so you know where the first big tree is? If you just look directly to the left,
Yeah.
his blind sitting there.
I didn't even see it at first, and then
Yeah.
I was like, "Who's camping out here?"
I said, when does he sit out there?
He hasn't gone probably this week, but I think he was out there last weekend. He'll probably come out this weekend and look and see. What he
He's
can
he's
find.
actually out there all the time.
Yeah,
He's there right now.
20 pieces.
right now.
You just can't see him.
Mhm.
That's the whole
But
point.
he hasn't seen any yet, right?
No, there's tracks and everything
There's
down
tracks
there,
all in.
but he
Most
hasn't
of
seen
that
any
corn
deer.
is gone.
Yeah, almost all of it. And there were baby tracks for a couple days, and
Then
then
there
it
was
was big.
big hooves.
I told you. Jeremiah said he's there right now.
No, he's not.
It's illegal to hunt at night. Don't get caught.
Is it? I don't know nothing about hunting.
It is.
I just own a hunting
Is it
dog.
hunting if it's on your property?
Yes.
Yes.
Ivy, why are you so annoying?
It'd be good if he gets caught.
Are you hungry? It's not 6 o'clock
Oh, you're starving.
But it's so dark
yet. I
outside.
know.
It
They
feels
still
like
have
it.
a problem with that time change.
Me too. It's fine. Me too.
I have a. I
She
have a
always
problem.
licks that one spot on my arm. Yes, it drives me nuts. She just licked my armpit earlier, and I was like, oh, so violated.
I need to cut your nails.
Oh,
Yeah.
come to Auntie's grooming salon.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah,
Ivy.
you do.
Her quick grows out really. I'm just with when the black nails. I'm always scared with.
Yeah,
I'm a
that's
pro
why
at black
I
nails.
Dremel Bullet's nails because
Let me
I
see
am
yours,
way too
yo.
scared of cutting
I
this quick.
can't even see yours.
I
Let me
honestly,
see.
I cut black nails so much that I'm terrified to cut the white ones
Yours
or the
are
clear
great.
ones because I'm like, I'm gonna hit it quick. When I can visibly see the quick.
I need to cut the puppy's nails again. They're so long.
Yeah, the nice thing is they're still so small that you can use fingernail clippers to just do it.
That's true, but they're so wiggly.
Ivy's just trying to be a
A
tiny
lap dog.
puppy.
Look, here she comes.
Oh.
She's gonna do
Do
it.
you want to give me puppy shirts?
Yeah.
Choose one. Pick one for me.
I'm gonna pick one.
Oh, Chucky.
They have such short legs. It's so funny. And then there's Jack
Yeah.
with his
And he's
super
got those long legs.
Oh, it's your favorite.
And some of them, I think
We
she
were just
has
talking about
probably
her
the
beauty mark.
smallest ears. Yo, look, it's the baby.
Show
He's
them
like,
her beauty mark.
He's like, ugh.
I don't like
Look
it.
at him. He's, like,
I
ugh.
don't
want
like
it.
it.
He likes it when they start
Do
playing
you like
with
the?
them.
Do you need a baby? I'm a baby. I love you.
Boy says, babies. That's me.
Bullet, do you love the baby? I don't need another one.
Oh, Ivy.
I have you two.
I didn't think she was cute when she was
She's
younger,
so
but,
cute
oh
now.
my,
I just
she
love the
is-
little beauty mark,
Yeah.
little Marilyn
She
Monroe.
is
Come on, get
so
on up here.
stinking cute. I hope
Come
no
on.
one picks her.
Come on.
Show the camera her little beauty mark.
So for all the applicants for the puppies, do not pick this one. She's gonna be really bad.
She's lying.
She's really bad.
She's really sweet. Look at her, she's so cute.
And she would just sit there and like look.
I took like glamour shots of all the puppies the other day, and hers was the cutest because she wasn't like open mouth smiling. She was just kind of like,
Yeah. Okay, Ivy. It's
Feel, gosh,
You're
they're
licking
all
so much.
freaking chubby.
I know, Ivy.
And the mom's going in there more again to Ivy. Geh mal einen Platz jetzt. Yeah. Then go outside.
That was English.
Geh up.
She said go on place now.
I know. I was telling everyone that that was English.
That was English.
Yeah, everyone just had a moment.
Oh, my sister. Yeah. Funniest story. So when my sister first moved to Hawaii, right? She came back for my great grandma's 80th birthday. I think it was the 80th. I'm not sure. Maybe 75th. I don't know. But anyway, she came back, but she was like 7 months pregnant, and then traveling from Hawaii to Germany. It's like 24 hours where you're like on the
super long flight.
So she gets to Germany, got ready, and went to the birthday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Bless her heart for doing all that and then going.
and that pregnant.
Yeah.
So she was exhausted, tired, stressed out, everything. And my great grandma's friend starts talking to her and asking her questions. And my sister starts talking to her in English. And that old lady just goes, and I was
no idea what
cracking
she
up.
was saying, but she was just like, yeah,
It
great.
was hilarious. She was just like,
Me when Germans would talk really fast to me, and I'm like, yeah, this. I got 2 words, bud.
like, sure. But it's so funny. I was like, you're talking English right now? She's like, oh, lady.
Whoops.
I think that would be really hard, personally.
So cute.
Um,
I love you.
so on top of markers and treats, we also use training tools, but when we use training tools, we don't just smack them on dogs. We,
Yeah,
of course,
that's the
condition
important
them.
thing to know. A lot of
Yeah.
people anyone can go to the store and buy a training tool like an e-collar or a prong collar or a slip lead and put it on their dog, but that's not what's gonna fix the problem.
Exactly.
And we get those dogs a lot. We get dogs a lot where owners have tried tools.
Yeah, we bought an e-collar, but it
or
didn't
they
work.
have an underground
Yeah.
fence, or they use a corrector spray, or any a prong collar, a slip lead, any kind of tool, and it wasn't used correctly. And not so much that it wasn't used correctly as far as using the actual tool, but the problem is that most owners don't put in the work. So when we get a dog, we teach them everything. Then we start using the collar and the prong collar and all these things. Mm-hmm. So the dog knows what we want from them, so that when they do make a mistake and they do get corrected, they know how to do better. Exactly. And where when you don't do the positive training, where you use treats and praise markers and all these things prior, then the dog is not going to understand why they get corrected and just tend to not care anymore. It's like if
that's a lot of time where you get animals that shut down and stuff whenever you put
or the opposite, they don't shut down, they just run off.
Yeah, or I mean, I think what we most of the time see though is that especially with e-collars, that the dog, you can use it on a 50 and they just don't
totally not
confusion.
I mean, they just don't care. They're
so desensitized to the tool or whatever it is,
or
like
they pull on
prong
the prong
collars,
collar, especially. What are you doing? You want to go over to Audrey?
Putting a tool on a dog is not a magical fix.
Right.
You have to teach the dog still what you want for the tool to help you. And that's something to keep in mind with tools. I know a lot of people will go on the internet and be like, oh my gosh, e-collars, prong collars, so bad. And yeah, they can be bad if you're misusing them and you're just slapping it on a dog and expecting it to fix something without telling your dog what you want them to do.
Right. And there's different ways to utilize the tools, but generally they all follow the same patterns. So, I mean, like, you have to make sure that they understand before utilizing these tools.
Sorry, that was way too cute.
She's like, I just want to play a little bit, baby.
Very cute.
Hi, baby. I know for her.
She's almost getting a little bit brown, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe a little
Brindle.
brindly.
Freddie, he was black and white, and now he is brindle and white.
Nice.
He's getting a whole bunch of
That's
brindle.
like my puppies, the Koa. Brienne, she had the marks down the side.
Oh, yeah.
And then they disappeared, and now they're back again, and they disappear, and now they're back again. Yeah, some of them got some really weird color
Don't
patterns.
tee on me, and even worse, don't poop on me.
That's a new sweater.
Right, that's
He's
a
like,
new
I'm about
sweater.
to make it super new.
Hi, oh my
I'm gonna claim it. Then you have to keep me and the sweater.
I love you.
And then touching back on underground fences, I mean, yeah, they're great for the purpose of, teaching your dog a boundary. But a lot of times what happens is we get those dogs from the underground fences. And what the underground fence does is it teaches your dog to run away from that stimulation. So when we go to do recall or something like that, and
we start introducing the e-collar,
right, then they want to take off.
they want to go in the
Towards
opposite
home.
direction. Yeah, and that's another thing with
Or they don't like to go over
thresholds.
Oh yeah,
grass to concrete, things like that.
So
because they're
really, you
confused.
should not. I mean, even with an underground fence, again, that's a tool, and you shouldn't just slap it on your dog and expect that to
Fix
teach
the
your
problem,
dog
yeah.
where their boundaries are.
I mean,
Put
I
your
think
dog
with
on a
these
leash, walk 'em
underground,
around.
I think with these underground fences, they're they put these little
flags
up,
Yeah.
and then the people that usually install. I mean, now you can buy these wireless ones, but
Right. And you can buy them literally anywhere. You
I
can
just
go
Yeah,
feel
to
like
they're
they're
super
not.
popular
I just
now.
feel like they're not safe. I feel like it's
Think of it-
safer to go out with your dog
Of
and have a
course.
remote controlled collar.
That you can correct them where their boundaries
And
are.
I mean, generally these collars are cheaper ones. I mean,
they're gonna
not.
cause irritation on their
Yeah.
skin and stuff like that. Which I mean, any collar can, but
Yeah. And sometimes they can get a little brutal. I mean, they
Oh,
can
they-
be. Yeah,
those
they
cheaper
can be
version collars,
pretty
the
strong.
stem on them are quite intense.
Yeah, I mean, what was that dog we sent home the other day? Coda and Mia. Their collars, I mean, on ours, Coda was working on what, like a 50?
Very higher, much higher numbers, and then on
And
theirs,
then on theirs, a
5.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tapped her on a 3 and she,
Those cheaper ones, I mean, you can hear the stem.
yeah.
I mean, those are a lot of people refer to collars as the shock collars, and the cheaper ones. Yeah, I would call them that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's, I feel like with electronics, especially, or with anything, you kind of get what you pay for.
Yeah, but that's
And
another thing
it's good to invest in something good, and to definitely invest. I mean, there's, you don't always have to hire a trainer. You can self-educate. There's tons and tons of videos, especially from good e-collar brands. Like we like to use the Mini Educator or the Sport Dog Collar. There's thousands of videos out there where they show you step by step how to
Utilize
teach and
these tools,
utilize
yeah.
these tools, how what to do in certain situations, things like that. So you don't always have to hire a trainer to do these things for you, but you should definitely know what to expect and when to use it and when not to use it, and what the dog should know before you use it, and all those things.
I think it is important to keep. Oh my goodness! I think it is important to keep in mind though that there is no quick magical fix.
Right.
Whether
There's no
you send your dog
one
to
solution,
an actual
yeah.
trainer or you self-educate and do it at home, it still requires work
And dogs have
and
personalities. I mean,
practice.
I have a dog that's super outgoing, and she could get in trouble a million times for something, and she would still always choose not to do something or to go for something over just listening, even though she knows better.
It's like
And
my
then I have a
dogs.
dog that feels bad when she even thinks about
Yeah.
doing
That's-
something bad, or if another dog does something bad.
That's my
Or,
dog.
and I think there's just, so many different personalities.
Alexa, turn on backyard lights.
Oh, is she having trouble again?
Oh, no, the switch isn't flipped.
Ow, Dolly.
But yeah, I mean,
tail.
Darius, he's my oldest dog. He's 4. Well, gonna be 4. He's my good boy. I never have to correct him, but when I do, oh gosh. He's like, oh my god, I got corrected. Oh. And he like goes and hides, or he goes and
It's
sucks
you.
up or something like that. And then Cersei, my middle, she's like,
Ivy.
you can correct me once and I'm good. I don't need corrected anymore. But she's one of those dogs that you have to correct for her to stop a behavior. And then Rob.
And that's something you can always see. And I mean, I see that with my own dogs. The more dogs you get, the lazier we tend to get with training. So we hear a lot of times, oh, my so-and-so dog never done these things or never. And I mean, it's the same with kids. I mean, with my first child, I was like holding him 24/7 and thinking how cute he is and did everything, you know, from, I don't know, bathing him every 2 days and, you know, doing all little crazy things. And by the third kid, I was like, okay, you gotta cry here for 10 minutes. I gotta do something. I mean, with my first kid, I couldn't even shower by myself. I would have him in this little thing, and he would cry, and I would get out. By the third kid, you're like, okay, you gotta cry it out. And it's the same thing with dogs, I feel like.
Yeah, but I mean, Rob, you could correct 14 times for the same thing, and he's like, don't care, gonna do it again in 5 seconds. So, I mean, all of my dogs have very vastly different personalities, and
so
you just have
tools
to
are gonna work
with each one.
different on every dog, and some dog, one tool might work on one dog, whereas it might not work on another, and that's why it's nice to have variety. I mean, like slip leads and prong collars, some dogs simply don't need a prong collar, whereas some dogs kind of absolutely have to have it. It just kind of depends.
One nice thing is also when you buy a good tool, if you one day say, okay, I really don't need it anymore because I put so much work into it, a good tool, you can even after a few years still sell for a good amount of money.
For basically, the same price.
And a cheap one,
good luck.
You're probably gonna end up spending more on because you buy so many of them.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I mean.
But yeah, watch videos. You know, educate yourself how to use something. Choose good brand tools.
It's like tattoos. You get what you pay for.
Exactly.
And if you go for the cheaper option, it might still look like what you want, but it might not give you the same.
Or even clothes. Like, you can go to Walmart and buy 10 pairs of jeans. Yeah, they're going to be great for probably a couple years, but if you go and buy, like, more expensive, better made jeans, they're going to last you probably a good 10 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I guess it's like that with anything, but nice to keep in mind that the training tools it applies as well.
I have a set of Ugg boots that I've had for I think over 10 years and I still wear them. And I've bought some cheaper brands in between, wore them 1 year,
and then they're done. Yep.
They're done. Yeah, that's true.
Very, very true.
Didn't someone poop in one of your Ugg boots?
I'm pretty sure it was the teacher.
Yes, someone meaning a dog.
No, it was Cora.
Corey.
So sometimes I get a question, why does my dog do certain behavior? Like, why does my dog poop in the crate? Hasn't done it in forever, and now all of a sudden they poop in the crate. Or like my sister's dog pooped in my Ugg boot, brand new Ugg boot. It was one of those shorter ones. It was great. Took me a while to find that poop. I
Please don't tell me you found it with your foot.
No, I did not put my foot in there, but it was brand new. It was a $200 freaking boot, and you should have seen me clean that up. And I know it was her because Cora is a pig, and some dogs just are pigs. They don't care. They roll in poop. They eat poop. They sleep in their own poop. And that's just sometimes how some dogs are, and there's no explanation on why or if they ever stop that or if they grow out of something. Well, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Little behaviors like that, like pooping in their crate once, for the first time in 3 years or whatever. Keep in mind, they are dogs, and they're not. You can't expect them to be perfect 100% of the time. Just like as much as we want to be, we can't be perfect 100% of the time either.
Yeah, they're not.
So they're gonna make mistakes. They're gonna do things. They're dogs.
So the other day, my Rosalie, I don't know where she is, pooped in her crate. I don't know when she did it. I'm guessing it was overnight. I didn't find it till the next afternoon. Wondered why my house smells like poop all day. Thought it was the puppies. She had it nicely covered up with the blanket and even laid on that blanket. So she obviously didn't care. So I think it was because the evening before we didn't I crated her earlier, and then I didn't really let her out anymore before going to bed, and so I think she just kind of missed her last evening poop. But it doesn't really matter why or if that was the reason or whatever. I mean,
It doesn't make
It
her a
happens.
bad
It happens.
dog.
You clean it
because-
up
yeah.
and you start fresh.
which reminds me of Hope when she had diarrhea at my house, and I thought my pipes broke in the
Oh
wall.
God.
No, for real. So
That must have been bad.
Yeah.
So Hope stayed with me. I mean, she was with me for rehab. And then
Wait,
she
just to
stayed with me
clarify.
on-
Okay, Hope is a dog.
Yes.
Hope is a dog, a German Shorthair Pointer. I absolutely love that dog. She came to me with a lot of issues, but she was great. But I don't know when that was, and I don't know why she had such bad diarrhea. But yeah, I woke up at night and looked up because I thought my pipes broke and there was just water flushing down the walls. But no, she had a little explosion there.
Yeah, yikes.
That was really fun.
Oof, big oops.
That was horrible. That's the worst. The absolute worst.
I messed up. I rubbed my eye.
Yeah. That's why I've been my face was itching while Ivy was over here, and I kept taking my shirt and going like this. Because, like, I can feel sneezes coming right now.
All these allergies lately.
Yeah,
The
dogs.
weather is so weird, though. It's
Doesn't
like
help
it's
with
raining,
the wind and all
why?
that
Why? Anyone work on a chicken farm and can explain why they smell more around this time?
Yeah,
Because they
why?
have the fans going because it's cooler at night.
I mean, it smelled like
You
wet
think
chicken
so?
poop
But,
this
like,
morning.
I mean, it's,
It was
I feel
disgusting.
like
Yeah.
it's almost every day right now.
Yeah,
where
because
it's
it's colder outside, though. They have to keep the chickens warm. Kind of like here, we use the heat more.
Do you think that, or do you know that for a fact?
I think that. I mean, when I
If
drove
someone
by,
knows, can you
does
please give
someone
us
know?
an
when I
actual
drove by
answer?
one day, there were fans going, and you could see the
Ugh.
output.
One evening, we came back from my sister's house, and I couldn't breathe.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
was
gross.
So bad.
I was
Oh.
Look at the little ear. Stop.
look, she's her little paws going.
The link to the applications are up. They're adoptable through Wiregrass Animal Group. They will be ready for adoption. I think next week there's going to be meet and greets where you would get to pick your puppy. One is already spoken for. She's going to her previous adopter. And not this one though. This one doesn't have a home yet.
Yeah, she does. It's
She's
yours.
really bad. Now I have 4 dogs. I can't have any more.
And she's not a chow mix.
Right, they
yeah.
only adopt chow mixes. The Basset mixes with Alabama special, a little bit of everything. Most of them have really short legs. We only have one with longer legs. And then they will go to their new homes when they're 8 weeks old. Oh, and I'm gonna be really sad. We should make every adopter sign something that they have to bring them
For
back.
training.
For training. You have to.
Yeah, but we love them most as puppies. Then once they
I
come back
know.
for training, sometimes they're not as good as
What we hoped.
what we hoped.
It's still nice to see them.
It is.
It's really nice to see
Oh,
them.
you're gonna take
I'm
that?
just always
Take it.
disappointed
Oh,
if they're
so
not
good.
as happy to see me because they
Thank
don't really
you.
remember it. The good boy
Oh,
bullet.
so good. You want to take it again? Oh, thank you. Bullet's taking my pen for me. It doesn't taste very good, apparently.
Oh, nice, like
He's like,
playful. Look at
I'm
him.
gonna take it. Good boy.
He's like, I'm giving it back to you.
Oh,
Give me
yeah.
a treat.
He's like,
Oh, do you think Jolene wants one?
no. Jolene, don't look over there. You get
Yeah, don't
diarrhea just from looking at
Jolene,
it.
yeah. For example,
Oh, let me have one. for the
Jolene
plate.
has such a sensitive stomach that I can't really use a whole
Oh,
lot
this
of
one is
treats
so
for
hard.
training.
Yeah,
So
they're-
I use her
they're the
food.
chocolate.
Excuse you.
She's like,
Okay, give
everybody
me
else is
half
getting
of one. Cause look at her. It's rude.
She's never had a treat before. She's like, smells good. Where's that at?
Hey,
Nope,
sit.
It's not that.
Rosalie, you can have the other half because you're kind of chunky.
No, you don't know what that is yet, huh?
Nope.
Oh, it woke her up. No, she has no idea what to do.
Mama Bear, where are you? I know you're over here.
Here, Mama.
I dropped one somewhere. Whoever finds it wins.
Ask him where the treats are.
Bullet, where's the treats? Where's the treats?
Oh, you can't jump up.
Yeah.
Bullet, I'm sorry, buddy.
So-
Jolene, chill.
How many
Bullet
dogs
this.
do we have in here? 6, 7,
Wait, this one.
8.
Well, if we're not counting all the puppies over
well,
there,
8 adult
eight
dogs.
adult dogs. None of y'all would even be able to know if they weren't all up in our space right now.
Well, because treats, but.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, this is a good example of you can have multiple dogs in a home and still have a quiet, peaceful home. With the exception
I
of
think so. That
a
makes
bork
me
here and
think of
there.
something. So, what we talked a lot about this week is that sometimes people think when they have their first dog that it's a great idea to get them a friend in hopes that it fixes some of the behavior issues.
Or that other dog, the second dog, picks up on the good behaviors of the first dog.
But if your first dog doesn't 100% listen and you just keep adding dogs to it, you're gonna have an
really
issue. And that's when
horrible pack.
I think I had 2 voicemails today about dogs
Attacking one
that
another
are
in the home.
getting
yeah.
into fights in their home. And that happens if your dogs are in balance. So work with your first dog. A second dog, Ivy, what are you doing?
Yeah, Ivy, he's just laying there.
Because he got excited for a second?
that was forever ago.
Yeah, that's not good training either, Ivy.
I'm just trying to get attention.
But yeah, so don't get a friend for your dog because they keep each other busy.
Or because they'll exercise each other and run around. Then you
Yeah,
just
they'll
have
tire each other
two
out.
problems, and then your pack is really unbalanced, and you're not going to have a good time. Wait until your first dog. If you can't put the commitment into your first dog, then you don't need to be getting a second dog anyway.
Right.
But wait until your first dog is completely, capable, and you
Manageable,
can trust them, and they respond to commands, and they at least know the basics.
And keep in mind when you have a dog that's 2-3 years old and you adopt or buy a puppy and you don't have any control over that puppy, your older dog is gonna
Start correcting.
revert back into, or they're gonna do some behaviors that you may
Maybe
have
don't
never
like,
seen
yeah.
before because
They're
they
not
are
used
gonna
to it.
correct a puppy and they feel like you aren't able to handle a puppy and they're very stressed out about it, and they sometimes do things they would have not done
Previously.
before
Yeah.
having a puppy. So I guess what we're trying to say is, know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Don't, I have 4 dogs, and that's because I can handle 4 dogs. You shouldn't have 4, 5, 6, or even 2 dogs if you can't 100% handle them.
Yeah, if you can't handle each one individually,
Yeah.
then you should not be adding to it.
Yeah. And another thing I think to keep in mind as well, I used to see it a lot at my old job, but people would get one specific...
Oh.
Oh.
Why are we fighting?
Because Ivy.
You be mean to him.
Why were you guys are really slow with correcting it. Ivy.
Hey!
That's enough. Come here, Hin. It's like he got excited, so she went over and put her paw on him. Like
4 minutes
calm down.
later.
4 minutes later, he didn't do anything about that. She goes, drinks water, comes back, and he's like,
Get away from me!
Get away! Yeah, that's better.
Look
Ivy.
at
She's laying behind.
She's
the
hiding
curtain.
behind the curtains, yeah.
Gosh.
But
But see, that was a good example. So, these are dogs that aren't always together, and Bullet is like Stone Age.
Yeah, he's so he's
And Ivy
he's
is
really
a,
old.
Ivy's a dominant female, and for whatever reason, even though they've been together a million times, they just had an issue about something. Could be the treats. We usually don't have treats
Food,
on the
yeah.
table, but I gotta post that later. That's funny. But what we just said it's enough, and then they all went their way. So they're still able to be together. There's not gonna be a fight happening. There's not gonna be anything escalating, and that's the control you kind of want over your dogs, that you can,
Say, hey, stop.
because dogs
and,
will have issues
Yeah,
with
'cause
each other from time to time.
Just because my dogs are in here, but doesn't mean that it should throw off Melissa's pack and
Right,
Melissa's pack balance. Like, my dog should be able to incorporate
Coexist,
and
yeah.
coexist and respect that.
Yeah. But things that I used to see a lot in like my old job, people would get one specific breed. So like for example, a German Shepherd, best dog they ever had in their life, sweetest dog ever, responded to all the commands, all that stuff. Oh my god.
I got a picture. You
This
guys
is
got
great.
it.
Oh my gosh, she's literally hiding
she has
underneath.
she has it over her eyes.
She's literally hiding.
Oh,
I'm posting that in the
Ivy.
comments.
But they'd get one specific dog, and they
She
remember
probably
this
got her
dog for the
feelings
rest
hurt
of their
because
life,
David yelled at her.
and
Is it
they
you?
get a new one, a puppy, after the old one passes, get a puppy, and they're like, wow, well, this is not what I expected at all. Why aren't you like my old dog? And they hold this puppy to this standard, and they're like, wow, I really hate this
Shucks.
dog.
Can I give you this? I'm
Or,
scared
wow,
she's
this
gonna
dog
pee on
sucks
me.
compared to my old one. Goes back to each dog has their own personality.
Baby.
Each dog has their own personality. You have to work with it. You have to
Yeah.
get through it. No two dogs are exactly
Yeah,
the same.
you can't expect your second dog to just be like your first one, and nothing you can do can make it the same. A lot of people do that and
Yeah.
get their second dog. Oh, it's nothing like the first one.
'Cause,
Well,
I mean-
because it's a different dog.
Right, and there are the unicorns every once in a while. Like you get the really chill German Shepherd, like the one that I have. That's really
The
great.
unicorn in the
Yes.
in dog training, we call those dogs that are very
Outliers on the breed standard.
right. We like to call them unicorns.
Because they're hard to find. When you do, great. Good
Yep.
for you.
Doesn't mean that the rest of the breed is like that.
right. I mean,
We get a lot of people complaining about like Malinois and things like that.
if you get if you get a golden retriever and that dog is exceptionally calm all the time, that's a unicorn. They're just dogs that are very excited. If you get a beagle that doesn't like to eat, you have a unicorn.
Yeah.
Because beagles like to eat. Or a Labrador. If you have a Labrador that doesn't like water,
Yeah.
it's a unicorn.
All right, are you guys ready for the answer on the chicken?
On the
Yes.
Chicken
Does
poop.
somebody
Yes.
know?
Does
Is it
someone
what
know?
I said?
Did you Google it?
No. Our
Someone
good
knows?
friend Jeremiah Bevel.
Oh, he probably Googled
He
it.
probably Googled it.
No, he knew this. I feel like he knew this.
I
He
feel
Googled
like
it.
you knew it.
So he said whenever there's more moisture in the air, it mixes with the poo and makes it smell worse. So
He Googled it.
He Googled it.
the moisture
So
I love
instead
you,
of
but you Googled
instead
it.
of humid, it's kind of
Poopin'?
human.
So it's I don't know. I don't know if that's
We're stupid.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
I do believe that, but I feel like that one
Now that just
evening
sounds
at
grosser. Like, is the
You-
moisture in the air covered
So-
in chicken shit? And is it
so
on me now?
yes,
see
so
it now
when you
floating
Do I
smell
have
in the
chicken
air.
shit
When
on
you
me
smell
now?
anything, there's tiny particles of whatever it is that you're smelling going into your nose. Just so you know.
We're breathing
So-
chicken poop.
I don't
Yeah.
like this game anymore. I need to go shower.
Just so you know.
It's 6:07 anyway.
So if you smell bad after work, you can just say, "Oh, it's the chicken poop."
It's
Yep.
the chicken poop.
We
It's
we
not
did a
me.
lot of walking today. It's the chicken
Yep.
poop.
Gosh,
Blame it on
got
the
another
chickens.
ant bite on my leg. They're the worst.
The red ants here.
Oh, poor Lucas stepped in an ant pile
Oh,
at my
God.
sister's house, and he comes in. He's like, "I got fire ants," and
Aw.
we moms were just like stripping the kid,
Swarming, yeah.
clothes off, we're like shirt off, pants off, socks off.
Oh my
Worst.
gosh.
And he's like,
I hate them.
"Oh gosh."
If they could
yeah.
just go away, that would be
Look
great.
at the pile of fur that you
I
made
know.
on the ground from petting her dogs.
I know. That's
So the,
Ivy.
The vacuum.
That's Ivy.
Right there.
Yeah.
She's just like, oh, Audrey, the vacuum's over there in case you walked by.
I thought you were
Ivy.
pointing at Carlos. I was like, neat.
Did we have any questions, Carlos, from today?
No, so got a comment from Heather Hobbs that said that baby's beautiful
Heather.
in
Aw.
regards to Jolene.
Oh, thank you.
Kathy
Yes.
gave a little
I love that I
heart
said
emoji.
thank you like it was
Oh,
mine.
Mom.
And then, your dad said because of love, that's why. That's one of the treats.
Of course he caught me calling him out right away at the beginning of the episode.
Other than that, we don't have anything else.
Okay.
Well, good. I think next week, because we had the excitement written on, I think next week maybe we talk about
Christmas special.
jumping, guests over, since there's going to be a lot of family coming together, hopefully, for Christmas.
I'm gonna write it down now so we don't
write
forget.
it down now. And then jumping on guests, maybe a little bit about stealing food.
Stealing food.
What else could we talk
Eating
about?
presents.
Anyone have any
I've heard
ideas
of people
that they maybe would like for us to discuss?
talking about their dogs ripping up Christmas presents under the tree.
Speaking of that, I got my dog's Christmas presents.
Yeah.
It was so extra.
Carlos said, "Yeah. What did you want to get the? What did he say? To get the dogs something for Christmas? No. Oh, it's
Maybe
just in
I'll
my
give
mind.
y'all's
that was my
Christmas
dream.
present
Yeah.
next week before the podcast so y'all can tell everyone.
Oh yes, do that.
They're gonna be like, why that?
I
And then you
still-
can explain why.
I still haven't gotten you guys Christmas presents. I'm really
You
bad.
don't
Audrey,
need to
I'm
get us
sorry.
anything.
I know. What did we say? Counters? Oh, excitement.
Yeah, jumping on people.
And how puppies are not Christmas presents.
Yes.
Which I know we touched on, I think, last week or the week before. But
Yeah, I think the puppy episode.
yeah, but I mean, it's still important to reiterate. Like, don't. A dog is a minimum 10-year commitment. So,
Yeah.
Think about it wisely.
yeah.
Um,
Okay.
And don't go out and buy a brand new car for Christmas without telling your significant other.
Yeah, don't do that.
Like, that's a big no-no.
We're not supposed to do that.
No.
Oh.
Jeremiah, we have
All
something
right,
to tell
I'm
you.
a-
Oh, we gotta go.
I'm a return at that. He's like, ah.
Oh, I can hear myself.
Yeah, I know, I hate it.
I feel like, those videos when we're like, here? I feel like we all sound the same.
Exactly.
You all
do
sound
all
like
sound
this.
the
I have to
same.
look at
Here.
who posted the
Yes.
videos. Who's that?
We should actually record ourselves doing that, so when the dogs
give
go
everybody
Just
a
home,
hold it
playback
up.
they
tape,
can
yeah.
hear. I think that'd be funny.
We make a whole tape on just us giving commands
Yeah.
if the dog's not listening.
I bought Eliana one year for Christmas a CD with the Disney princesses singing songs, and
Oh,
they
gosh.
would sing her name. We do the whole CD with us doing here, sit, and then you can buy it with
Specialized
your
CDs.
dog.
Specialize
Yeah.
with your dog's name, Ollie.
That'd be hilarious.
We have special ones in stock, readily available. Bella.
Bella.
Bella. Yeah,
Bella.
those- Bella.
Charlie.
Uh-huh. Oh, Lila.
Did she? Oh,
No, she
Okay.
it's Sonny Beep.
It's not a treat. It's a piece of
Okay,
paper.
well, let us know if you guys want to see anything for the next week. Like I said, we're going to do one more
I know.
next
I think
week,
you
and
know.
then we're
Yes,
going to take
it's
2
time.
weeks off while we're all on our little vacation, and then
Vacation.
we'll be back, yeah. So we'll be here again next Wednesday. Make sure y'all tune in. Let us know if there's anything specific that y'all want to see or hear about.
And if not, well, I guess just come and listen to us talk and ramble on because we're good at it.
Yeah, I feel like we're fun to listen to.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually put it on CDs so
Yeah.
you can listen to
Buy
it
the
in the
CDs.
car.
That sounds great.
Yeah,
I
I
love
would
to
love
listen to myself
I would love it.
that much.
But do we upload these on YouTube?
I tried 2 days ago, and it was giving me a little error thing, so I gotta figure it out.
You can do it.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
want it on the actual podcast, like iTunes and stuff, so I can listen to it
Okay.
in the car.
I'm gonna.
Long road trips
I'll see
Perfect.
how to-
I would
Just
love
want to hear
listen.
myself talk. Yeah.
when we're on our way to
Absolutely.
Kansas. Just all of the episodes on repeat.
Can you say bye to everybody, Ivy? Ooh.
Woo!
Oh no, she can't. She's
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, don't make her do that.
Don't be so mean, Ivy.